Now, you've been a change agent, particularly in your latest company, Simulmedia. What is going to drive the change, and what do you hope to accomplish over the next 5 years?
So I think, it's funny, I wonder how much sometimes being a change agent is correlation or causation. I think if I appear to be a change agent sometime, I think a lot of it is hopefully either with good luck and good planning, I've been able to put myself and some businesses in a place where a lot of change is occurring. So the good thing is you get a lot of credit for making that change happen when hopefully you can sort of read the trends. So the number one thing to be able to be a good change agent is to go to a place that's changing or likely to change in a big way. And then I think you have to then pick those couple things that you actually can affect and recognize that big markets aren't going to be changed by any one person or one company, but if you can read the trends right, you can get in them. And so, I think the big trends now that have been coming for 30 years are that all media is going digital, all media is going on demand, all media is becoming personal, and all media is becoming accountable. Those are just certainties. There's a question about exactly how it unfolds, and as you know, you were doing interactive on-demand programming in healthcare, decades ago. We're young guys, but like a long, long time ago. So I think a lot of people don't realize how long this has been coming. This has been coming for more than 30 years, like just those pieces. And so I think what we're going to see is in the next 3 or 4 years, it's going to really, really hit.
Now, some people call you a serial entrepreneur, and a successful one at that. You've had some very successful exits with sales of your companies for hundreds of millions of dollars. What makes you want to create new businesses? Tell me what motivates you.
I didn't start the companies necessarily to make a lot of money. That part's nice, but I think part of it was the first one. I started because I saw an opportunity. I was dissatisfied with the idea of being, even as a lawyer, a mechanic on an assembly line of litigation or legal work, and I think I have a real desire to control things, which means I wasn't going to be a good employee. So the first thing is if you start a company, then you don't have to have a boss. And I think I do better that way. The second company I started because I had to. Quite frankly, I had just exited the first one. I didn't take a package so I wouldn't have any non-competition, which meant I had to be working in the next day. And I had ideas, and I was able to, fortunately, to get some willing backing. And so to me, it was helping change a market or being part of a market change. The third one, when I did have was a very fortunate exit economically. The first one, I didn't really have a fortunate economic exit because what stock I had left in my company, I sold, and not a good time. If I'd held Dave, it would have been a different story with how much value you added to that company over those years. But so with the third company, I don't think I was prepared for a big exit in the second. I was just so focused on get the job done, drive it, that I still felt like I had unfinished business. I didn't have a career path or map in mind what I would do otherwise. And I love it, and I could see some, and also I think one of the things that drives it is for me, it's been like a 20 or 25 year path towards this digital change to media and advertising. And I didn't want to miss what I thought would be the really critical moments or innings in the game when we would see things that had been taking decades to develop would finally happen.